Well, I guess this is Pick on Doug Perry Day. Yep, that's right. It's Pick on Doug Perry Day. Plus, he kind of asked people to give him or give them their worst. I can't even say it, to be honest. So, here's my things regarding Doug Perry. Well, the first thing is, man, he just looks kind of peculiar. Yeah, but God says he calls a peculiar people to himself for his own namesake. Hmm. And then there's this business with hearing God. Huh. Well, he either hears God really good or he doesn't. And if he does, that means some of us are in trouble. Well, kind of think about where's the temple of God? Is it in a church? Or is it in each of us? And if each of us has a temple, what is inhabiting it? And if something is inhabiting that temple, what fruit do you bear? Is it making you kind, loving, considerate, joyous, patient, peaceful? Something to think about. Man, and then there's just that whole thing about, you go down to Liberty, basically you can do pretty much whatever God tells you to do. You know, kind of got a problem with that. What if you don't hear God all that well? What if you think he's saying something that he ain't saying? Well, that would be a unique place to figure that out, I suppose. Hmm. I don't know. It's one thing I do know. If Doug ever gets traction, if he ever gets organized and figures out how to encourage people to pray more fervently, um, the devil's got big problems, and he knows this. He's got serious problems because you start teaching people to love everybody. You start teaching people that Jesus Christ is real and that he wants to have a relationship with you and that this relationship is going to change you in such a way to where you're not going to want to sin anymore. And when you do sin, it's going to break your heart in such a way to where you can't keep doing it. You begin to despise the skin you're in. That is the last thing false religion wants. That's the last thing all these people that make billions of dollars on religious knickknacks and how to tell a Jehovah's Witness to go away and how to rebuke a false prophet and how to debate this and debate that. Not supposed to be debating much of anything. It's supposed to be getting about loving one another. He didn't say love your brother as yourself. He said love your neighbor as yourself. And if you know who he is, that was actually Jesus Christ. Well, back to my rant about Doug. I don't know. Let's see. I would definitely tell everyone. If you don't like them, pray that God would bless them. Pray that God would show him more love, more protection, more grace, more security. Pray the kind of prayer that you pray for your sons and daughters. Pray the kind of prayer that you pray for your father if you thought that he was going to burn in hell. It's not something you'd want, is it? Pray that God would bless them and love them in such a way to where they would just have a true manifestation of God's power and his presence and his joy. And if you like Doug and you think he's cool, or you're not sure, you're on the fence, you don't know whether the Holy Spirit's leading you to do something or not, pray. Pray. Pray that he sends more laborers. Pray. Pray that he helps you hear him better. Well, hopefully I've given you something to pray about. Pun intended. As for Doug, this has not been an announcement paid for by Fellowship of the Martyrs. God bless everybody, and may God help us all.